Hari Om. So, in the previous session or in the previous class, we have seen the assurance given by the Lord for all his devotees. What is assurance given? The assurance was the pledge that he took about those people who are totally devoted to him, and by doing everything onto him, he said he is the dearest to the Lord. So now, just imagine people who are dearer to you, what do you do? How do you take care of them? You give the best, isn't it? Don't you? Don't you give the best to the people whom you love? And now just imagine a person who is dearer to the Lord. What can the Lord give? And what can be the best? The best in double quotes. That we'll see here in the next verse, that is 1866. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. What is he giving? In the second part, last, he says moksha. Correct? Mokshaishyami. He shall make him liberated. What else do we expect? What else do we need other than liberation? Tell me. The whole purpose, the whole toil from the first breath to the last breath is only to be free. Everybody fights for freedom. Everybody fights for the privacy of late. Of course, some people, they say that freedom is not given, it's taken. All said and done. But in this particular case, liberation is the ultimate freedom that one can get. Sarva dharman, he says, by following all the duties, sarva dharman, parityajya, having abandoned. Sarva dharman means all duties. Parityajya, having abandoned. So now what? You have abandoned all duties. Does it mean to say that we are supposed to sit lazy and idle? Mam eva, me alone. Sharanam vraja, take refuge. So we should take refuge in him alone. Then he says, aham, I, tva, for you, sarva papebhya, from all the sins, moksha ishyami, shall give you liberation. Shall give you liberation means I shall liberate you. Ma shujaha, do not grieve. But we see that even in our daily life, when a cranky baby keeps on crying and weeping, don't we say the same thing? Oh baby, don't cry, have this. You tempt them with something. Of late, we are so used for artificial things and unhygienic, unhealthy things. We tempt them with a lot of sweets or chocolates, coffee. I don't want to name any brands here on this platform. Anything. Earlier it is fruits which are good for health. Nowadays I see even students, you know your own child. Most of you have been complaining to me also to speak to your child about the food habits. Yes. How did they get into this food habit? It is we who tempted them. It is we who have given them first. Isn't it? And now we want them to come out of it. In this particular case, really appreciate a school called Prakriya in Bangalore. Wonderful school. Almost for the past 25 years, they are maintaining the same standard of 530 students. They are not interested in more. And food is provided in the school, breakfast is provided, milk is given even for the day scholars. And for any birthday celebrations, they do not allow people to get toffees and chocolates, biscuits and cakes. They say get fruits, they sweet fruits. Or get that homemade jaggery and peanut cakes. In the colloquial regional language called as chicky. In fact, this reminds me of one particular incident. My uncle, he was in Bombay, and whenever he used to come from Bombay, he used to get packs of dry fruit chickies. I heard that Pune, somewhere near, chickies are very famous, very healthy, dry fruits. So now at home do we do that? Everything we need fast food, which leads to fast death with illness. Okay, if we die, there's no problem. If it is neither here nor there, just imagine if a person gets into the hospital, the person who is on the bed is not bothered because he'll be in a different state. But the people who are sitting outside the hospital or outside the ICU, you should look at their faces. They don't know if he's going to come back or not, when and how. Suddenly midnight they say the body has to be taken for scanning or the person has to be taken for scanning. Leave alone the monetary unwanted expenditure, by which all the hospitals are flourishing. But the turmoil that the person is undergoing, he says, I will liberate you from all this. Sarvadharman, but he says very clearly, give up all. Give up all the duties and sit. But he is not saying that sit idle. Idlers are not Brahmagyanis, my dear friends. Please. In case your child is sitting idle on a sofa or on a divan or cot or whatever it is, please take a whip. One has to work, no doubt in it, but abandoning all the anticipated corollaries attached to the work should be abandoned. Understanding? We as individuals should surrender the fruits of the karma that we follow in dharma to the Lord. And by this surrender we attain moksha or moksha. It's just like in the game of chess, we sacrifice, we give a pawn by anticipating a checkmate or hitting a rook or a minister in the upcoming 1 or 2 steps. Correct? Similarly here, Lesser duties have to be abandoned to take up higher duties. And understand here, again, surrender is the word used as per the Bhakti Marga, and if a person who is following the Jnana path, he surrenders to the self, which is residing in self, in oneself. So understand, the surrender inside or the surrender outside are the same. In both the cases, the ego is not there. We should attend to that. We'll continue on this again in the next class. But today we'll just pause. Any question and answers can always be taken. Krishna Vande Jagat Guru.